Matt, it looks like there's going to be a risk of rain.
Like thunderstorms.
Like, and a high chance of dying. Because we're playing Risk of Rain.
So you mentioned this game in a post not too long ago.
I did.
About how it's impossible.
Yeah, pretty much. So what it is it's a roguelite, not a roguelike, but it has elements of the classic PC game Rogue, such as permadeath and randomized elements, such as items and things like that. Also, you have these like 10 different heroes that you can choose from. I only have 4 of them unlocked because the game doesn't really explain very well how to unlock those other ones.
Naturally.
Yeah, but yeah, you could basically just pick your player, go into a level, and just try and survive and get to the very end. But each dude has a like almost like a Dota style skill system.
Okay, yeah.
Where you have 4 skills, and each of them are on a semi cooldown, just a few seconds, except for your main. The commando here, he can shoot twice, shoot through enemies. Wolf, he has a dodge move where he's immune, and each one has very different skills and abilities. My favorite one so far is Acrid here, who does a lot of toxic damage.
Nice.
So I think for my playthrough,
yeah,
I'll choose Acrid
for the next 2 seconds of gaming.
I can survive pretty well. So this is it. That's a jump pad there. I'm using the Xbox 360 gamepad right now. This is available now on PC through Steam. It's like $10, which isn't bad. You can see it's a basic platformer.
Yeah.
I'm holding down the right trigger to do my basic melee damage. Yeah, chance to bleed on hit. So all of the items are randomized every time. And if I were to buy another knife here, they would stack. So the chance of bleeding would go up. A little chest here for experience. It's just, everything is random. Like, if I were to play if I were to die and restart, all of this would be different, except for the layout of the map.
Right.
The only thing that changes are where the items are, where the stores are, where the chests are, and where the teleporter is to get to the next level. And also the game randomly spawns in enemies. So like that enemy up there was just spawned by the AI. And he's dead.
Level!
Yep. Let's try some other...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's like a shock thing. Which was my right bumper ability. Let's see. Left bump... Okay, so if I had $40, I could repair that drone, and he would be mine.
Okay.
Drones are random as well. I wouldn't know what kind of drone that was until I repaired him.
Okay.
But there are like healing drones, laser drones, regular combat drones, and shield drones, I think. Oops. Let's use my favorite ability of his. He lays down this toxic sludge, and anyone who steps on it gets hurt.
Nice.
After a while, this becomes a really crucial ability. Okay, let's see what this drone is. Okay, so just a regular combat drone. So, I guess let's talk about what makes this game really unique and why it is so very difficult to complete. In the upper right-hand corner, you see how it says difficulty very easy?
Yes.
That slowly increases.
Just with time?
With time. You see the bar next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Each of those, it slowly fills up as time goes on, and each of those little sections represents an increase in difficulty. So it'll go from very easy to normal to hard, very hard, so on and so forth, until it becomes basically impossible to beat this game.
Nice.
So there's that sort of risk reward of, do I want to mess around in the level trying to find better and better items,
right, or progress?
Yeah. Which it's good to do a little bit of both. Retaliate and on taking heavy damage. Cool. Let's keep going. I like the way he jumps because he's like almost like a slave.
Yeah.
And his ball and chain just kind of it's a part of him, you know. It's weird. It's interesting, almost like a Sommering. I haven't used this one.
Mow them down.
Mow them down. So my basic goal of every map is to just find the teleporter. When you spawn the teleporter, or when you find the teleporter, you have to survive for 90 seconds. I'm getting killed. Survive for 90 seconds and defeat the boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So at its core, it is very basic on platforming.
Yeah, that's very basic.
We've said it before. It's a very good change of pace from everything that is going on right now. You know.
Rogue Legacy is another game that's kind of like this. It has those platforming elements, but also a roguelike with permadeath and stuff like that. But I find this one a lot more enjoyable than Rogue Legacy, just because I feel like there were enemies and traps that could just kill you in one hit,
right?
And it didn't even care. But this one does feel more along the lines of you died because you screwed up,
right?
And I like that a lot more. So
less of a Dark Souls type of punishment.
Yeah.
We killed you because we wanted to.
Yeah. Which this game, like Dark Souls, see, there's the teleporter.
Okay.
I could activate it right now, which I think I'm going to do just to move on. Because I think I'm a pretty good enough level. I like to be level 4, level 5 before I take on any bosses. Okay, so the boss that spawned is the Colossus, which is fine with me.
With some jellyfish.
Jellyfish. So, yeah, basically I just have to stay alive and defeat everybody here.
So if you were to stay alive and not defeat everyone, teleporter's not open, correct?
Right, because once you do defeat the boss and survive for 90 seconds, it'll say defeat the remaining enemies.
Okay.
And it'll give you a number on how many have spawned and that you have to go and find and defeat. Which I need to stop just standing still. From what I've been reading, and I can attest to this, if you're standing still, then you're kind of doomed.
Oh, I see.
You want to keep moving at all points. See, just look at that damage that it does.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Racking up them levels.
Yeah, I have to be careful of my health here. Ooh, let's try this. Ooh, cool. Okay. I defeated the boss. I got his special item, increased health regeneration, and armor, which is always helpful. Each boss has their own special item that you can pick up. Like the magma worm gives you the ability to. I think it increases your base movement speed, and also it it lets you plant a trail of fire when you're running. So I've just got this one enemy left. Once I defeat it, I can move on to the next level.
I like the little arrow indicator too.
Yeah, which that's a little buggy.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't point in the right direction. Like it'll point you straight forward when your enemy is actually like up and at an angle.
Okay.
So if I remember right, I think this fist is good. Run faster. Yeah. Okay.
Paul's goat hoof.
Yeah, some of the items are really funny. Okay, so I can just move on. And all of your money is converted into experience points. So you start the next level with nothing, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're in the drop caverns, which isn't my favorite area, but it'll do.
So at the end of every... Is there save points where you can come back and continue your progression?
No. At least not that I know of.
So when you exit out of the game, you're done.
Yeah, you're done. But it'll make for an interesting second playthrough.
Right.
Get him, little buddy. Okay. So basically, that's just what this game is: killing things, getting the experience, getting the gold, and then spending that on useful items, or what you hope to be a useful item if you can find it. There's always a chest right up there in this level, but I never know how to get to it. Maybe there's some kind of...
Is that bouncy thing right there?
I can try it. Oh. No, I need someone with like a double jump or something.
Oh, yeah.
But and which some characters do have a double jump, which it's more like an ability that allows you to jump twice. Some characters are better suited for platforming, while others are better suited for just taking a lot of damage.
Like the Enforcer.
The Enforcer, yeah. He's focused on crowd control. His shotgun will deal damage to multiple enemies at once, which is kind of nice. And he also has a shield that bashes enemies away.
Okay.
But the Commando, he focuses more on dealing damage from afar, and also like dodge rolls and stuff like that. But he has a tough time dealing with crowds, which can be a problem, especially in this game, which is...
Seems like that is what it is. It's like it can get up to basically just extreme horde mode.
Yeah, basically. Because from what I've been reading, this game deals a lot with almost like what Left 4 Dead did with their enemy spawner AI. Mm-hmm. They constructed their own AI for the game that basically spawns enemies for them. It's all random, and the AI spawner has 2 combat drones. It has like a pool that you can it has a pool that it draws from. Mm-hmm. So like if it wants to spawn a single low level enemy, then it spends 1 point. But if it wants to summon in an enemy with like a lot of with extra health and things like that, then it uses multiple points. And
I see.
It only has like 40 points or so,
right?
And that's a made up number, but so it's kind of interesting how it works like that. Also, adds a lot of randomization to it, but it also could definitely kill you. So that shrine that I was spending 48 health on, that just gives you an item sometimes. That's also very random. So I got shackles and a jetpack, which if I were to hover over them with the mouse, it would tell me. Right. So I got the shackles, which slows enemies, and increased jump height and reduce gravity, which is nice. Which I think if I press jump and then hold it... Maybe not. Green orbs give you health, just instant health. But I'm gonna spend it on some of these. Whoa. Both failures. Buzz. Rapidly heal outside of combat. Okay, so that item is incredibly useful. There's an achievement where if I get it to use a shrine that takes me below like 5% health, I will get an achievement. And I think the characters that you unlock are tied to the achievements.
Okay.
So you have to unlock an achievement to unlock a certain character, but I am not totally sure. I forgot I was pretty low on health. Let's just bounce around for a while.
Naturally.
Oh, cool. Oh, my item is still on a cooldown, or my usable item. So, there we go. Oh no, that's a
Goomba.
yeah, Goomba. Oh, let's see if I can. Jeez. Ah, failure again. Goodness. I need to get out of here. Run. I like how you don't have to actually collect the money and experience.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like how it just comes at you.
Yeah, good. Teleporter here. So let's regain some health before I take this on. Yeah, I'm gonna lame it out, but sometimes you just have to. Oh! Hello. Protect me, drones. What are you doing? See how in the upper right-hand corner it's changed from very easy to easy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there are also 3 overriding difficulty levels as well. And each of them only deal with how quickly that level that rises.
Okay.
I believe. The game doesn't do a great job of explaining all of its systems. Like, I had to go to the developer's website to learn about the AI enemy spawner, so I'm not really sure how those overriding difficulty levels work.
Right.
Necessarily. Oh, the Ancient Wisp. I have yet to defeat this one, I think. Yep, just take that damage. Thank you.
Noob.
Ooh, experiencing some weird slowdown.
Oh wow, yeah you are.
Why? Huh. Must be something weird going on with my computer. Yikes. Oops. Okay, back to normal. For the most part. Yeah. So I'm glad I've got these 2 combat drones helping me.
I was gonna say, they're doing all the work for sure.
Yeah, which I am A-okay with. Let's see. I just really like that thing. It's cool. And this is my first time ever seeing that item.
So have the developers ever kind of given a number as to how many random items there are in the game?
Yes, I believe it's, well, I think it's well over 100.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I like. Also, your items are character specific.
Okay.
So like not every character will drop the same item at the same time. You kind of have to unlock it.
Okay.
All characters have access to all the same items, but they all can't use them at the same time.
Right.
One of the items I just picked up from this Will-O-Wisp guy was the transfusion. Killing an enemy permanently increases your health, and it only increases it by 1, but that is incredibly useful.
Right.
Oh, I whiffed it.
Looks like one of your drones is about to bite the dust.
Yeah. Yikes. Oh man. Let's just get in the thick of it. Okay, so if it does go down, I can just repair it for a lot more money than I first spent on it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I kind of like having both combat drones,
right?
So I'll keep them. So here we go. 10 enemies left.
So any enemies that spawn throughout your progression of finding the portal, you have to kill eventually.
Not necessarily. At least I don't think.
Or is it once you activate the portal, transport or whatever you want to call it? then you have to kill any enemies that spawn during that time,
I
regardless
think it
of
might
where they
be.
are.
I think it might be that. I also think it's like you have to kill the enemies that it spawns maybe like a minute before you activate the portal.
Okay.
It's not. Again, I'm not totally certain on
Right.
that. But in spite of all my uncertainty, I am certain that I do really enjoy this game.
Yeah.
I really like roguelike games.
And it's kind of, I mean, the fact that they leave a lot of it just unsaid.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost can be considered a feature in a sense, too.
Yeah. Some people may hate it, and some people may enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I think it adds to the mystery and to the replayability of the whole
Right.
of the whole game. And that's kind of what you want in a roguelite sort of game. Is you just never know what's going to happen.
Right, yeah. I don't want to know, okay, if I kill this guy, he's going to give me this every time.
Right. Because like that transfusion item that I got from the Will-O-Wisp, that's not his item, I don't think.
Okay.
It's a very useful item, but it's not his. Okay, I think that's a...
Those are beavers.
Oh, laser drone. Okay, so it does tell you. My bad. I just can't read.
Words.
I really love the music.
I was going to say, I was thinking that earlier on the first level that the music, I like that it's level specific.
Uh-huh.
Which naturally it should be.
Yeah.
But like the first level, it was kind of like that metalish type of very guitar heavy.
Yeah. This one's real bubbly and...
Which makes sense with a water. You know,
yeah.
Each level so far, the music has tied in perfectly to the level.
Yeah. Which I guess now would be a good time to mention who the developers are. It's like Hapopu or something like that, but it's just two guys who made this game.
Nice.
2 students and 1 composer. So I found the portal, but I don't want to activate it just yet. I feel like I'm completely underleveled, and I don't have a lot of items at this point, which, you know, your character level, it's good to be a high character level, but more than anything, you want the items.
I see.
I think those are more important than anything. Okay, so I got another infusion, which will increase it by 2, I think.
And I like how the items stack.
Yes. I really like that too. Whoops. Have some of that.
You're about to increase difficulty here in a second.
Yeah. Go from easy to medium. I was gonna say moderate. I guess that would have worked. But it wouldn't have been the wording that they use, I don't think.
Oh no, snails.
Yeah. So I like the pixel art to a point. Like the enemy, most of the enemy designs are really awesome, like the snails and the beaver looking ox things. But the character ones I'm not a huge fan of. They're really tiny.
And it seems like that's where they not shortcutted. You know, when you think that 2 guys were the ones that made it, it's kind of hard to think that they took shortcuts anymore. But that's where I don't know.
Okay. Oh, good. I like this one. So you receive a delayed heal after being hit, which I really like. Oh. So do I want to repair that one, or do I just want to 295 to 271? But what one's this one? Attack drone. Whoa, hello. So every time I get hit, that
I see.
That cross will pop up and
it uses the items, some of the items, without you activating them necessarily.
Yeah, they're only activated once something is once a prerequisite is met.
I see.
Cool.